in your experiences here. However, always try to leave the taser not as a first resort. Um, we just went over 3 levels of force before this one, right? You have your presence, verbalization,
My
empathy,
upload
and
is
control,
dying.
such as
Whoa.
Sergeant Stokes is saying here. Um, if
Is
a
that who I think
suspect
it
is
is?
running, let's
Is that who I
say,
think it is?
I don't know, it's a good scenario. Let's say they just stole Evelyn's ice
Oh
cream from
my
her hand.
god.
All right, they just
Oh my god.
they took it. Yep, she had a nice ice cream with sprinkles on it and everything. She was gonna enjoy it,
Yo,
and
thank you for
someone just
follow.
snatched it. They snatched it from her, and they're just running, and they're running, and you respond, and you're telling them, uh, it Officer Skyler. Yep, yeah, I did. It's Officer Skyler. I need you to stop, sir. I'm gonna
Did
arrest
that
you.
actually like
You
disconnect
chase.
me?
You verbalize to him, right?
Yeah.
You
True.
verbalize, right? And then you go to level 2, right? And what's with level 2? What do you do?
You command them to stop running and surrender,
Or what?
or they will be tackled or tased.
Okay, and then that doesn't work. Then you go to level 3, and then what? You go for the tackle, but they're slippery. They're slippery. What do you do?
Give them a final warning and then use my taser.
Exactly. Okay. Just make sure that the point we're trying to drive home here is try to again context based, right? Try to always think about what's going on in the scene before you use your taser on someone. It's just Sergeant Stokes just said, and I can give you
Oh
a
my
live
god.
example from me. I haven't used my taser. I'd say I've used my taser maybe 2 or 3 times. Yep, 2 times actually. Yeah, I've used my taser 2 times, and I have plenty of arrests. We're not going to talk about the last time I tased somebody and that person died hours later, unrelated. Okay,
Oh.
but
Hmm.
unrelated. Okay, unrelated.
One thing I do want to add, specifically in the case of the taser, it should only ever be used if you have somebody covering you.
Yep.
If you are chasing somebody alone, you
Who the
should
heck is that?
always have your pistol in hand. Always.
Hey, Stokes, not to interrupt, I apologize. Is there
Yeah.
anybody injured up here right now?
No?
We got a 47 somewhere in the building and EMS can't find him.
Mm.
Huh.
Oh, whoever it is, they're fucked.
Okay.
I have no idea. I came up here first because I knew this is where a group of people were, so I'll go check the cells now.
All right.
But yeah,
Alright.
your safety is paramount. If you're chasing somebody, you've got a taser out. They turn a corner, they pull a knife.
You
You can't
fucked.
react in time. You're getting stabbed. So if you are alone on a foot pursuit, always have your pistol out. You never know what's going to happen. If you've got backup, that backup will communicate with you. They will tell you they've got you covered, and then you can switch to a less lethal weapon.
Goes back to what I said in the beginning, y'all. Of the PD's most powerful tool is our communication.
Surely.
Please communicate on radio to your team and make sure you have someone with you. And if you don't, then you have your lethal, which we're gonna go over next. Knight,
Howdy.
you there? You. Hello, Knight. How you doing?
Doing good.
Speak up for me.
Oh, howdy.
Okay. I'm gonna throw you in the deep end here. You're chasing a suspect with Skylar. Skylar forgets to tie her shoes 2 hours ago and slips and falls. You run down Vespucci. She's on San Andreas. You're by yourself, and the suspect just keeps running towards the DMV. What do you have in your hand?
I have my gun in my hand.
Why is that?
I'm the only officer there, and if anything happens, I have lethal force in order to eliminate the opponent and make the scene safe again.
Gonzalez,
Sir,
how you doing?
I'm doing alright. How are you?
All right, you're chasing someone up Palomino with Sergeant Stokes. Sergeant Stokes is behind you. You are about let's say 10 seconds ahead of her with a suspect who just stabbed an old person at the hospital. What do you have in your hand?
10 seconds is a long time, but I would probably have my taser.
Yeah, I see your hand up.
Well, they used a weapon, and they still have a weapon. So
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah,
you have
the knife,
wouldn't
my
you have
gun.
your gun?
Yeah.
Cause they're yeah.
Good. I'm happy to see everyone's paying attention. Good. All right, very good. All right,
Yeah.
I'll move on to level 5. Unless you have anything else, Stokes, about that.
No, no.
All right, very good. I threw that little test at you guys to make sure, but good. Everyone seems to be doing really well with that. All right, lethal force level 5. Sergeant Stokes just expanded on the lethal force. Officers use lethal weapons to gain control of a situation. Officers use deadly weapons against suspects or subjects in self-defense or defense of others. All right, we just talked about lethal, which would be our standard M9s. All right, I know we went through it on onboarding, but make sure you guys, only use the standard M9s. Okay. Um. hmm, what would be a good let's say here we're at a robbery. Somebody decides to rob everyone at the DMV and
Oh
they
my
have guns
god.
out. You guys arrive on scene. What should you guys automatically be doing once you guys step out of your car? Can anyone tell me?
Pulling out your gun.
Step out with guns drawn.
Right, because they're robbing people at the DMV with guns, right? So
Joke's on them,
so
my
I
gun's
should
on my
step out
lap
of my
all the
car with
time.
the gun, or maybe can I just have my taser out?
No.
No.
But
No,
I'll
I
look
wouldn't.
cool.
Yeah, but you're probably gonna get shot.
Oh, okay. Well, but like, what if I just want to like have nothing in my hand and just like,
Wanna
look
die?
pretty?
Let's
Okay.
say if you have a
You're
will written up.
Probably gonna be shot.
Yeah, we
Okay.
put you in a
Come
6 foot
on.
hole up there at the cemetery.
Gotcha. So when we step out of our vehicles, people are robbing people at the DMV with guns. We should have our
Guns.
Guns.
okay. Now, another scenario of lethal force. Let's say those suspects manage to run, and one runs towards Mission Row PD with a gun at hand. I want to see a show of hands. What do you do? You're chasing after the suspect. He has a gun in his hand. What do you do? Yep.
Tell him to put the gun away or he's gonna be shot.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Thank you, Jericho.
You're welcome. Anyone else?
You could also call ahead to any officers and see if someone can intercept them.
Anyone else?
Well, has this already been said? But I'll say, put your gun
Mhm.
away, or I would just shoot you. Or
Prime, he turns around and he points it at you.
Shoot
Fire.
them.
What was that? Say it again.
You would fire at him then,
Why is that?
because he's shooting at you.
Threatening your own life.
yeah,
He's pointing. He is threatening your life.
So you used lethal force at someone pointing a gun at you.
Yeah, to end the threat.
Very good. All right. Sergeant Stokes, do you have anything to add to that, or
No,
anyone else?
no,
No?
that's
I
great.
think we covered it.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go over the? Yeah, we'll just we pretty much encompassed it with most of the scenarios, but generally, officers will only use the amount of force necessary to establish control of a situation. make an arrest or protect themselves from others. We went through a couple scenarios going through just that. Officers should use advisements, warnings, and verbal persuasion when possible before resorting to force. We just went over that as well. So, giving warnings, hey, if you don't stop running, I'm gonna tackle you, I'm gonna tase you, I'm gonna, whatever it is. As long as you're verbalizing what you're doing, that's you're always gonna be covered on that front. Force shall be de-escalated immediately as resistance decreases. Yeah, we can get into that. Okay. What do you guys think that means?
If they're
De-escalated.
if they're running with a bat and we have our guns out, we tell them to put it away. We, well, if we're alone, we can't. But if we have another officer with us, we can have them. We can then switch to our tasers.
Yeah, let's say okay, so let's say I just stole Evelyn's ice cream. We just talked about that. Okay, I'm running. I have a bat on hand and an ice cream on the other. You have your gun. You tell me to put it away, and I put my bat away. What do you do?
I call out that the bat's been put away, and see if anyone's with me, so I can switch to taser.
Very good. All right. When feasible, based on the circumstance, officers will use
And my
disengagement,
internet,
area
well, not
containment,
internet. Can my upload
surveillance,
stop
waiting
dying?
out the suspect, requesting additional units, and or calling specialized units
My
in
my
order to
download's
reduce the need of
fine.
force and increase
My upload
officer
isn't.
and civilian safety. I know I said a lot of words there,
Oh,
but
I mean, it's
it's pretty
getting
self-explanatory.
better.
Does anyone have any
Oh.
questions on that?
Nope.
Okay. Officers shall allow individuals time to submit to arrest before force is used whenever possible. We went over that as well. Goes hand in hand with the verbalization, right? Communication. Officers shall use firearms with a high degree of restraint. Officers use firearms, therefore, shall never be considered routine and is permissible only in defense of life or to prevent serious bodily harm to any other officers, civilians, anyone. And then only after all alternative means have been exhausted. That means you've already gone through the presence,
Oh
the
my god.
verbalization, the if
I
it
feel like it will be
context
done before we start
context based,
chat, which
right?
is
But
3 hours.
hand to hand, right? Non-lethal. Once all those options have been exhausted, or they just make you skip all those options altogether by pointing a gun at you, when you have nothing else left,
That
you may use your
that falls
fire.
under Tennessee versus Garner, right?
Yep, y'all just went well. Y'all just went through it, but
State
yeah,
v. Glenn Armstrong Jr.
yeah.
Okay.
I
But
just
yeah,
want to
pretty
bring,
much.
yeah, I want to bring up one more scenario, which is I don't know if y'all covered it, but let's just say in this scenario that does happen. Okay, let's say let's see here.
We get picked on.
Johnson. Let's say that you are on a scene with Evelyn and Maya. All right. Um. Uh. They become incapacitated. You're the only one left on scene. All right. You have three suspects out there. You go run after one of them. You go to Forum Drive. You take a left. You notice that it's a dead end.
Oh
It's a
no.
dead end. You turn
Uh-oh.
around. There is three suspects right in front of you, armed and dangerous. You have two incapacitated officers. What do you do?
Well, while I'm running around trying to catch up to these fools, I would have been calling for 78s in the process. And once I get to that point, I'm going to sit there and try to like de-escalate the situation. Be like, hey, you know what, man? Another officer doesn't need to die today. I don't need to get shot. You know, we can all go home. You know, I just need to get back to my other two officers and try to like, you know, talk to these suspects and try to not get my ass put 6 feet under the ground.
As much as I would love to agree with you, I am going to be So sad when I am watching you get buried 6 feet under, Johnson, for that
Oh,
response.
Well, if they try to shoot at me, I'm gonna shoot back. But
if
I'm
you even
outnumbered.
can.
I would
Exactly.
take cover.
Yeah, go ahead, Brian. Say it.
I would take cover.
Okay.
Oh, nice
Remember,
fight,
you're in a
pal.
dead end, right? And there's 3 people cornering you, armed and dangerous.
You pretty much up a Brown Creek without a paddle at that point.
Okay.
Oh God. Okay.
So, Evelyn, senior lead Evelyn Meyer, what would you do in that scenario?
Request immediate backup, give descriptions, tell what's going on.
And
Yeah, should.
you're outnumbered. You're in a dead end.
Oh, dog, I would put my hands up. I'm not gonna lie. If 3 people had a gun at me and I was cornered, I would, I'd plead my fucking case. To be honest with you, it's like 3 against 1,
True.
teenage. I'd just comply at that point if I was in a corner.
Okay. Sergeant Stokes, would you like to expand on that?
I mean, yeah, honestly, that's perfectly logical response. Try to obviously direct units to your location, but if there's no other choice, if like honestly at that point your life is more important. Try to
Very
preserve it as much as well as you can, and try to de-escalate the situation.
It's very important. Okay. In these scenarios, context matters a lot. Radio communications matter a lot for units incoming. Um, but when it's one of those scenarios when people are armed and dangerous, you have your firearm. Just make sure you keep that very close. If you have no backup in the scenario that we're presenting now, yeah, it's okay to put it away. Comply until other officers arrive. However, before that, just have your guns on you at all times. Make sure that you're covered. All right. When feasible, officers will identify themselves as an officer or deputy and issue a warning before discharging the firearm. We went through that with Sergeant Stokes earlier. Okay, just make sure you give that one warning or however many. Just be very direct with it. Okay. Officers shall not
Okay, I don't have my
discharge a
interest
firearm
study. My okay.
from a moving vehicle or at a moving vehicle unless the occupants of the vehicle are using deadly force against the officer or another person, such as action is necessary for self-defense or to protect the other person. Intentionally place themselves in the path of or reach inside a moving vehicle and where possible. Should should attempt to move out of the path of a moving vehicle before discharging their weapon. Basically, don't stand in the middle of the road. You see an oncoming vehicle, you've already been ordered to fire at it. Don't stand in the middle, guys. Please don't do that. Just get to a safe path, and then you can discharge your firearm. Just don't don't stand in the middle of the road and do it. Okay, seen it before. It's terrible.
Yeah, if somebody's clearly trying to use their vehicle to get away, don't stand in front of that vehicle either. Like that's causing an escalation that's just not needed. They may accidentally run you over, and then in that case, like it comes into question: did they do it on purpose? Obviously, if they're purposely going for an officer, that's a different story. But like you should try and minimize the harm to yourself at all times. So get out of the way of the moving vehicle.
All right, all right. Officers should consider the following when determining how to implement the use of force. What is the severity of the crime at hand? Does the suspect pose an immediate threat to officers' lives or civilian lives? Is the suspect resisting arrest, sorry, or attempting to flee? What is the mental health of the subject? Are less lethal options available? What are the objective facts of the incident? Context. All right. Does anyone have any questions?
I don't think so.
No.
All
You're
right.
doing great, Jericho.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, you're doing good.
Oh, I appreciate that.
All
All
right.
right.
If there are no questions at all on anything that we spoke about so far, that does bring us to the end of module 1. We're going to take a little bit of a break. You know, people go use the bathroom, get a drink or anything if they need it. And then we'll be back here in a bit for module 2.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As that's
Get a
module.
spider on your foot.
That's module 1 done. That took like. My God. That module 1 is done. So on the last module, no chat for the day. It doesn't seem that long, I don't think. Oh.
Hey, what's up? Come here. Pick up your litter.
Leon, behind you.
Apologize for what you did.
Oh, I forgot that. Up.
Yeah, because you know, we totally wouldn't hire somebody.
Honestly, I probably don't.
You totally wouldn't do, right?
Say the word, Jericho. This is the poop of the Department of Transportation.
What the fuck? What?
Yeah. Listen, they used their poop in the evidence in the commission of a crime earlier.
I fucking hate. I like actually hate these chairs.
Oh, don't worry, it's in a sealed bag. It's disgusting.
Why are you carrying that around?
So I
Why
can
not?
throw it.
Maybe throw it at Evie later.
No! What the fuck?
Ooh, she got a
I'll press a terrorism charge for that.
pansy bag with shit.
Jericho, can you come
Am I gonna look scuffy as fuck?
Wait, did I give it to you?
Yes, I am, Pog.
Oh my god.
I.
Damn it! I don't want to touch your shit.
It's not my shit, it's John Taxi's shit.
What? I thought you were that bush.
That was an instant.
Uh-huh.
I'm having mid struggles. Holy shit.
Suing them and they threw shit on our cars and disabled our cars.
Oh my god, how is it that strong?
Welcome to shift 2.
Alright, cool.
This is just what I deal with when I go into shit. I don't know why I
Yeah, I'm gonna catch up on module 2. Lead on it.
Trick is to do it from the stage. Oh, I can imagine.
won't work on the week.
But this doesn't look that bad, does it?
Thank you, Stokes.
I look a little bit close. Wait, is this any better? Oh, Pog, that looks a ton better. I'll just do it from in front of a place.
No. I have so much shit.
Oh my god. That's...
Actually. Legit, half of my pockets are just shit, the stuff I can throw at people.
That is... Okay, cool.
Yeah, my new office even has a bed.
Okay, cool, thank you. That's... Oh my god.
Oh, the office. We had an office? Why do you have an office?
Hidden guy.
Speaking of, you didn't put any of the notes down.
You ever watched the show Lincoln Lawyer?
What's that?
Yeah, when yeah, there's this lawyer who just
Alright, hell yeah.
he has an office.
Oh my god, chat. It's only been 2 hours, and we've gone over one module. Oh my god.
I can't be in one spot at the same time. I can't be in one spot for too long.
Oh my god.
Don't say my code just doesn't drop last gen.
Don't charge himself again.
How did he do that then?
Oh, the guy got charged. Your hospital guy.
Oh yeah, they put a bench request in the nose.
Alright, chat. So after tomorrow, we can start our auxiliary hours. I don't know if I need to wait until EU to start it, but
Escape custody.
I can do auxiliary hours
Wait, was he
starting from
stayed
like
in
end of
those
tomorrow, I guess. What the fuck is that?
Well, he stayed in those cells.
What was that, Lana?
I would add an escaping custody charge.
Oh. I mean, of course, today was going to be kind of like
Yeah. Instead of having them just
not boring, but there's like a lot of information, you know. People don't know how to like sit on his chest properly. Holy shit!
he waited like 15 minutes and hasn't really shown.
Cardiac in progress.
This process him just put down not guilty.
My God.
Sort of having him probably wake up and
There's that.
or pleading guilty.
So these can never expire. Everything else, watch doesn't either.
Waking up at LSSD and waiting 2 hours pleading for his life. Get me out of these cells.
Got a spider. Ah.
It's like young having did they?
So why are you holding on to this chicken nuggets like
additional support brick? Yeah.
There's a bunch of places you can do it at. Yeah.
I don't know.
I want to do like weird like locations. To be honest, I don't want like to do it like you know.
Speaking of which, I need to set myself an area. Yeah, we threw a lot of cups at them during episode. Actually, is it my cupboard if I was using it?
Yeah, I want to do it at like the graveyard and like weird shit like that. You know, like just do dumb places.
I've gotten out of compressor for citation.
But I vibe with his album so fucking much.
Rule number 1 of crime is don't pick. If you don't cite yourself, have you ever been?
But I don't know. Oh my god. The quicker I get the auxiliary hours done, the quicker I can start doing FTO sessions, you know? Like, and that's what I kind of want to do. I just want to get out there, you know?
Yeah, you just haven't been cool.
But yeah, how you doing? Matsu. Yeah. I know who you play. Yeah, you're Merv, aren't you? Right? You play Merv, right? Yeah, right. I'm like 90% sure you do. I think it'll push her over the edge if someone goes there live. No. You don't play RP? Watcher. I think she's got a very similar name to somebody else. Yeah, yeah, you do. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you've got kind of a similar name. I was like, okay, what the fuck? Oh my god. I've gone warm again. I should probably take my hoodie off, but I'm too comfy. I started watching RP in 2017 with like SOE and like Lyric, Eli, and like the first iteration of like the Lean Boys. Then I moved to watching No Pixel when it first had the boom before 3.0, I believe. And like I still kind of watch No Pixel sometimes. I mainly watch like on it. I mean, I mainly play on Onyx. I don't really want to stop RPing and watch more RP, you know. Or I'll go over to like No Pixel Public. If you include those, yeah, fair enough. I need to like chat. I need to like do like when she was hired and shit, you know. Um,
Okay.
Of course
Everybody all good?
Of course.
Can get back to things?
Of course it. Oh my god. Of course.
Alright, so,
Fuck's sake.
this next section, we're going to try and make it a bit more interactive. And hopefully it doesn't take too long. 'Cause I
Oh.
know just sitting in one room is a bit tiring for everybody. But we're going to go over the standard procedure to respond to a call.
I had a brave. Okay. Oh, my chest squeaky.
So, pretty much law enforcement officers may patrol wherever they want unless directed otherwise by a supervisor. Essentially, while you guys are coming in as LSPD, you may want to transfer to other departments. That's perfectly fine. If you do transfer to, say, LSSD, you're not required to always patrol the county. Granted, you should make it part of your standard patrol route, but you're not required to always be up there. Sometimes, you know, the calls are all down in the city, and you just need to be in the city sometimes. Same as LSPD. You don't need to always patrol the city. You know, you can go up to the county, do some work up there if you need to. There's no reason to confine yourself to one area. Officers may patrol with one partner, and there may not be more than 2 regular occupants in one patrol vehicle. There's obviously some circumstances where that may be waived, like if command deems it necessary. Sometimes with an FTO, you know, there may be a probationary FTO under supervision of another FTO. In that case, there will be 3 occupants in the vehicle. But it should be generally avoided and relegated to specific circumstances. And this section, I cannot stress enough, while on patrol, officers are expected to obey all traffic laws. I don't want to see anybody here speeding around the city with no lights on, hell, even with lights on, for no good reason. Yeah, I don't want to have anybody slowed. Pretty much, you know, we're expected to be the example that people should follow. So, you know, drive around the city, stop at the red lights, go 50 miles an hour in the city. Oh, God.
I'm gonna go help with that.
Yeah.
This is where just everyone.
What you heard just was a 13 Alpha, which is an officer down and in distress. Okay. Situations code 4. It's fine. Yep. Alright. So, has anybody got any questions at all on that section?
No. Academy. Yeah.
No? Okay.
This
So,
is this is like the
when
boring
responding to
part.
calls, if no dispatch is available, units will respond according to the following: the proximity to the call, announcing going to the call, and units required for the type of call. So, say, you know, shots fired, you hear it because it's just around the corner. You should then respond to that because, you know, it's right next to you.
True. Yeah. Should.
Then say 2 other people call out that they're going to it as well.
Pog.
No other people should then call out because,
Every
hey,
cadet
too late
is
for that,
LSPD.
too late for that.
Then they
We should
transfer.
only have 3 units on that call. So it's pretty much use common sense when calling yourself in to go to a call. There will obviously be exceptions, as with everything, depending on circumstances. But in general, follow these guidelines. If you're close to the call, go to it. If you're first up to call yourself in, go for it. If you call yourself in after several other people have already done that, you're expected to break off. Yep.
Is there like what's the word? A guideline of how many people should respond? Like I know you said 3 for 71s. Is that always the standard or does
Most
it vary?
calls should be 3 units responding.
Okay, good to know.
Now that is 3 vehicles in total. So, you know, if you doubled up or anything, that doesn't count. So it's 3 units. Obviously, situations may call for more. Maybe there's another car getting involved or something. Then we call for more backup. Maybe they shot a cop, in which case everybody responds. Okay? But obviously, like, just standard calls, 3 units. Alright, we'll go over some codes. So, code 1 response is unit responding with no lights or sirens and they obey all traffic laws. Used for low priority calls such as just impound requests, taking a report, that kind of thing. You may also reduce the code 1 from a higher code to prevent alerting people. Yes, Skylar?
Can I list the codes?
Go for it.
Okay, yeah, so code 1 is no lights and sirens. Code 2 is only lights. Code 3 is lights and sirens. Code 4 is the scene is clear and we're all good to go. Code 5 is an active investigation taking place, so no marked vehicles in the area. And code 6 is investigating.
Okay. So obviously with code 2,
I've never
just
used
got your
code
lights
5.
on, no sirens. However, obviously, you know, that's not enough to alert people.
I should
of
be
your
free
presence.
within the
If
next
you're
like
speeding
2
down a road,
hours, so
you should be
yeah.
making your presence known at like intersections, that kind of thing. So horns and sirens, just a little bit of a tap there, just to make sure that if you're going through an intersection at speed, somebody will be able to realize and not crash into you. And obviously, with all of these, you can go down to a lower code to prevent people knowing of your presence if it's part of an investigation. So, say you're investigating an area, maybe, you know, house robbery. Somebody's like, you know, taking stuff from a house. You don't want to alert them of your presence before you get there. Maybe you'll, you know, go down to code 2. It's just obviously use common sense with it. Obviously, like you don't want to be going
Yeah.
at high speeds
Yo,
without
oh
people
my
knowing
god,
you're there,
Cookie. Hello.
or you may stone somebody.
Yeah, I know like code 1, 2, 3, and 4.
No. Alright, has anybody got any questions on those codes? Nothing? Okay. So, when you're arriving on scene, make sure when you arrive on scene, you announce that you are 23 on scene. If you are the first unit on scene, you need to relay over the radio everything that you're seeing.
Yo, can someone
So
just change her
say,
wiki page, my
for
wiki
instance, you
page,
respond to
so it's just
a
like
shots
higher
fired.
and shit.
You state that you're 23. You can see maybe 10 people in the area. The reason for that is it can
Apparently it's gonna
provide
fucking
other officers
like
the
storm
context that they
today.
need for the level of response. So one useful thing
I don't want to
bank
join
robbery.
it.
Maybe
to be
they're
honest,
in a really fast car.
I don't want to. I don't want to be in too many more
So
servers.
you arrive on scene of that bank robbery. You call.
I have
out
way
what the
too many
vehicle
servers.
is, and that specialized unit can then respond to handle that vehicle. So it's very important. If you're the first unit on scene, you give as much detail as possible without any just fluff on the radio. Being the first unit on scene means that
Primary.
you will be the primary unit unless there is a reason to give that up. If you're first on scene, you control that scene. That is your scene. Somebody like me, a sergeant, will not take over that scene unless there's a damn good reason to. We trust people to be able to lead the scene. Obviously, you guys will be, you know, with an FTO for the first bit. And they will help you lead that scene. But for the most part, people won't take it over unless there's a damn good reason to.
Pog. No fucking primary snatchers.
Right, units need to quickly ascertain the situation, provide the following information. As I said, verification of the location, and if
I
necessary,
mean, I
more
know
accurate location.
I can do it. I'm
description.
just don't want to do
Any
it right now because I'm in the
vehicles on
academy and shit.
scene,
You
if
know.
they're leaving, arriving, what the color is, any type, like any details you can give. Any individuals that are on scene and their disposition, if they're injured, if they're armed, if they're running away, just describe the scene to your fellow officers. And if you need additional units,
I
tell
can't
them
believe I've never been
where they
in
need to go, like what they need to prepare for, that kind of
academy
thing.
before.
You're first on scene, as I said. You're in control of that scene. You need to direct units to where they need to go. You need to establish control of the scene and ensure that individuals understand they are not free to leave. If necessary, physically restrain individuals in accordance with use of force. So, if you obviously witness a crime, or you have reasonable suspicion that a crime has been committed, so say you respond to a shots fired in the area, there's about 10 people there. You detain those 10 people. If they're being compliant, you obviously don't need to physically restrain them. If they're not being compliant, then obviously you'll need to escalate that. All right, anybody got any questions on any of that?
Oh my god.
No, sounds good.
Okay. All right, one of you guys want to come up with some RS or PC scenarios?
Leon, you first.
Hello, everybody. It me.
Okay, hi again.
All right. Let's see here. I'm gonna pick on one of y'all at a time. All right. Let's start with Olivia Knight. How you doing?
Classic. Howdy.
All right. I had a question for you.
Alright, let's hear it.
What's the question?
I'm trying to think of the best way to go about this.
Oh,
All right. You get a 911 call. All right.
mm-hmm.
Somebody tells you that, yo, I'm at the DMV and like, there's like this person over here, like, totally like, possibly like, 100 like, they're pointing a gun. Dog clicks. They hang up the phone. You respond to the call. You arrive at the DMV. You see someone there doing one of these.
My god.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I got, I got, I got my tea. I got my tea. All right, what do you do, Elaine? What do you do?
What would I do?
Mm-hmm. Mind you, all he's doing. That's all I'm doing.
I
I'm
wouldn't
here
I wouldn't
at the
do much, to be
DMV.
honest. Like at the most I would probably like still just ask him a few questions in case he was misidentified and it was another individual. But other than that, I'm not really seeing anything like too dangerous at that present time.
What's your question, Oliver?
Have you seen anyone
Oh,
with
yuck.
Have you seen anyone with any other firearms or
Oh,
any
yuck.
like any deadly weapons?
Well, my cousin Cletus is here, and he doesn't like that gentleman right there in the front. Oh, yuck. So we just gonna take his wallet and take his cash, and we're gonna get out of here.
No, no, you're not.
Oh, yuck.
No, you are not going to steal belongings of another individual.
All right. Besides Knight, can anyone else here tell us, based off of everything you just saw, do you believe that there is reasonable suspicion or is there probable cause here?
Reasonable suspicion.
Why is that?
Because the guy did say he had a gun. So would I be allowed to then detain him and frisk him? I mean, at least I would at least ask if he had a gun.
Mm-hmm. All right. Hold that thought.
Okay, I'm holding.
Night.
Howdy.
What's your response?
You could still detain them due to a weapon being mentioned in the original 911. It's for your safety and any other safety of the individuals at the DMV.
Okay. Knight, did you talk to anybody when you arrived at the DMV?
Negative. I only spoke to the quote unquote suspect who was potentially armed.
Okay. Hold there. All right. Dina, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Based off of everything you just heard, do you still
You would question other
is
people,
that your question?
Pog.
I don't know if you're trying to get in my brain right now.
Maybe.
Because, like, I still feel yes, but at the same time, maybe not, because the call didn't give a description. Right? It just said there's just a guy
Mm-hmm.
with a gun.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it is that guy. So
Mhm.
maybe not.
Okay. Hey, Senior Officer Maya Mahmood,
Hey,
would you like to answer this?
Please.
oh, answer what? I was documenting everything. It's my bad.
Oh, yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Myers.
Knight just arrived on to a 911 call, questioned a suspect. He said he had a gun on him, or sorry, rather that he had a gun on him, and he's going to quote take the person working at the DMV's cash and get on out of here with his cousin Cletus.
Oh,
All
that's
they, however, the officers received the 911 call, and all the guy said was, "There's somebody here with a gun." Hangs up. Do they have reasonable suspicion or probable cause?
reasonable suspicion to detain and frisk to confirm that he does have a gun. Don't just take people at their words. Doesn't amount to probable cause yet until you can confirm that he has a firearm.
Wait, so I was right the first time?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
you motherfucker. Sorry.
Yeah. I want you to listen. I want you to listen.
You made me second guess it.
It's all about because that's what's gonna happen out there. They're gonna make you want to second guess everything
Yeah,
that
but
they're
you're
doing.
like a higher rank and a better police officer, so I just thought you made me second guess it.
Listen,
But I'm.
there's no
Bessie.
better.
Gaslighting.
Okay, we're all a team. Okay,
Okay.
there's no better. Okay, we're all here, right? And you need to be. Listen, you got this. You actually answered correctly. Okay, but I just wanted you to feel more confident in that. Okay, because
I was pretty
you
confident.
definitely know what
She
you're.
started questioning me.
Yeah, well, listen, it's gonna happen out there as well.
Okay.
All right, Night. So, from there, every reasonable suspicion. What do you do next?
So, obviously, once they have been detained, read them rights, question them, fish them. If I feel anything, I'm gonna question them on what I feel. If it just turns out to be nothing I should worry about, I'll uncuff them and they'll be good to go.
Good job.
Wow.
All right.
I chat. I'm
Reasonable
gonna go.
suspicion.
I'm gonna go leg it downstairs.
To do what? We went on scene.
Is he still
Officer
talking to
Knight
me?
questioned the one individual that they spotted there. They did give a
I'm gonna go quickly lay
somewhat
downstairs and
of
get a
a
drink. I'm
explanation of
fucking thirsty.
this or
1
that.
second.
But
Wait.
Knight did what? Did she go for an arrest?
No.
Nope.
No.
She went for a
Detainment.
Why is that?
Because she didn't have probable cause.
See, I know my stuff, chat. I know how to be a cop, I think.
She didn't have enough evidence or facts to make it a proper arrest.
And I'm not trying to get sued as a recruit.
Anyone else? Okay. Very good. Very good. That's me. Does anyone else got anyone?
Don't tell me I was the only one who got bullied. Jericho, please.
Yeah, I've got my standard one that I like to ask. Alright, so in this scenario, you respond to a shots fired call down at PDM. Sorry, no. Somebody called 911. There was a stabbing down at PDM. No other details are given, just that somebody was stabbed. When you get down there, there's somebody laying on the ground, pool of blood, person running away from the scene. You've got other officers that are chasing after that person. Your job to, make sure that the person that's been stabbed isn't gonna die. So you get EMS there. They treat them on scene. You go with them over to the hospital. Now, in the meantime, your fellow officers have apprehended this suspect. You're there. You're talking. Well, the victim has been patched up. They're good to go. You have a chat with them. They say, like, you ask for their name, a statement, that kind of thing. They refuse to give it to you. They say, no, I've given you my name. Don't know your name.
That's absolutely
Don't
fine.
my name on any records. What do you do?
Walk away, go tonight.
Anyone?
I answered this question. There's nothing you can do but try and convince them to give you any information. Otherwise, you don't have anything for an arrest outside of whatever the suspect is carrying.
Okay. So why is that?
Because we weren't there to witness it, so their testimony is going to be what helps us prove that a crime was committed.
We can't force them to do it either.
Yeah.
So, the main
So
thing
can you-
backing this.
Can you
Sorry,
repeat
yeah.
this thing? Sorry, repeat the scenario. Sorry.
It's a really long one. I'm not going over it all again.
Okay.
I'll just
PDM,
give the.
They're fleeing. The police get them. Is that what you said?
What? No, this is the victim.
Oh, the victim. Okay.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So, the crux
I'm
of
gonna
it is.
run away. Get a drink. Be back.
And this is where some officers do
I'm
get it
thirsty.
wrong.
Be back.
In order to compel somebody to identify themselves, you need to have reasonable suspicion. Now, because in this case they were a victim, you have no reasonable suspicion that they committed a. So therefore, you cannot legally compel them to identify themselves, and if they refuse, you have no grounds to do anything with that. Which means, in that case, they're free to go. There's nothing you can do. Alright. You guys got any other examples you wanna use? That's the one that I use all the time.
I was gonna use something similar to that where it was a
Oh my god.
No offense, man, but can confirm.
Yeah, I literally use that scenario all the time because it has actually happened in this shift.
I got one, and it's related to our best friend, Toe. I'm going to think of it on the fly. Hey, 911. This person illegally towed my car. You go to the city hall. I'm trying to think of. This is me talking out of the flat. You go to the city hall.
Alright. Had your handbag.
You have your victim who called it in say, this person took my car. He was wearing this, and this. Like, I don't know. Like a black baseball cap, white shirt, and blue jeans. You then are on the lookout for this tow truck. You have your colleague, I don't know, Jericho pulls over a tow truck. 20 minutes later, no car on the back of it, and the driver's wearing black baseball cap, white shirts,
There's like
and
RS
blue jeans.
There's like RS.
Suspicion of probable cause.
That's just straight up RS.
That makes sense, right?
Sort of.
Sort of. I thought of it on the fly. I'm a very much a fuck it, let's do it live.
Hell yeah.
I can go over it one more time. That helps.
Oh yes,
Now on
please.
call City Hall. This person stole my car in the tow truck. He towed my car illegally and stole it. You go to the City Hall. You talk to the victim. They gave you a description. Black baseball
Nice.
cap, white shirt,
Alright, hello,
blue
chat back.
jeans. You're then on the lookout for this vehicle. Jericho pulls over tow truck, matching and the driver matches the description. Black baseball cap, white shirt, blue jeans. RS or PC?
RS.
Bye.
Because we don't have proof. I mean, it's just a description. There's no other evidence to suggest that he did do it.
Oh, that's... Yo.
Okay.
Mean, thank you for the
Is the car
follow.
on the tow truck?
No.
No.
Car's not on the tow truck.
Oh yeah.
Why would you not go to, if it's been 20 minutes, why would you not go to the tow lot to see if it was, if the guy was there, like, immediately after?
I mean, you've been searching around for him. Like, you've gone to the impound lot, he wasn't there. You're on the lookout for him. It's just that 20 minutes passed between the original 911 call and Jericho finding the vehicle.
I mean, blue jeans and a white t-shirt is pretty common, so especially for tow truck drivers. Like, there's no proof that that was them.
Right. So, I mean, it would just be RS so we can at least question him.
Yeah, much. Yeah. These
Mods,
calls
ding dong.
happen like a lot. I don't know in shift 3, but like in shift 1 we have our tow trucks. They're just horrible people.
Hey,
Yeah, we don't
I
even
take
have tow
offense to
trucks
that.
in shift 3.
I am the tow truck driver for shift 3.
Oh my god.
They're terrible, terrible people, and just every
They're
other
not
911
bad in
call is
shift 3.
tow. In shift 3 they may be good, but shift 1 you've got
Oh.
apples.
Oh, is that it? Oh.
That's about it.
Oh no.
They're just terrible people. The students still laws, they're just horrible people.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, fuck them. I work for Gemini, so I'm across the VPD.
Oh, tow wars. Okay, no, I like this. Yeah. You have reasonable suspicion to detain
Oh
and
my
question
god.
them. The good thing with state impound lots, I just thought about this as a bonus, something that you can help in your investigation. Go to your MDW, click on search everything. And if you go to the bottom, once you click search everything on the left hand side, what do you see?
Impound logs.
Inbound logs. I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
I knew about that. I got taught that.
I'm not
Okay.
going to get into tow law because tow law is horrible and terrible and should be burnt. It's of hell. But yeah,
Got
Been
it.
revised so many times.
yes, it started out as one section of the State of San Andreas Code, and then it turned into 11 sections in its own section of legislation.
What? Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
what happens
no.
when it's not written down, goes wrong. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's another tool that you can use to aid your investigation, especially with tow truck drivers. Yeah, that was my situation that I put off the cuff. Stole mine, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Has anybody got any other questions for anything that we've spoken about so far?
Nope.
No.
No.
Okay. All right. For this next bit, we're gonna go downstairs.
Wow.
We're gonna go down to -3.
Listen, I'm using that to cells and shit like that. Wow. Oh, so.
I don't want to.
I just about to go.
Is this everybody? I believe it is. Yeah. All right. So, this next section we're going to go over is the standard booking procedures.
Pog.
Now, what we've got here is the cell area for Vespucci PD. There are a bunch of other police departments, such as LSSD up in Sandy Shores
Pog.
and Davis PD in the south side, as well as MRPD. And then there's a bunch of smaller departments, such as Polito Sheriff's Office, Vinewood PD,
Polito.
Del Perro PD.
Oh, I wouldn't go
Am I
Polito.
missing any?
Grapeseed.
Grapeseed.
Grapeseed, yeah.
Mantis building.
Oh, yep, the Mantis building
The what?
is over on the eastern coast.
Does the state parks have something up in Polito?
They have
That's
a.
has
They've got a
cell.
They've got a
small
shack.
office. Yeah,
It's a very nice shack, a quaint one.
yeah.
Hey, I'll be
But
Polito PD.
essentially, they've all got the same procedure that we should use when we're dealing with a suspect. And that is, we escort them into the building. Once they're in the building, we get them near a water cooler. Now, in this case, in Vespucci PD, it is just over here. So over here in Vespucci PD, we can talk to the desk sergeant here. Now, within any PD, look for the water cooler. That is where you'll be able to seize people's items.
Okay.
Okay? So,
Oh, yeah.
when they're here, you'll perform a secondary search. You may have already searched them on scene. That's fine. But search them again because, you may have missed something. Everybody should be doing this. I don't care who you are, what rank you've got. I do it all the time.
I
Just do a
double and
secondary search
triple
just
search
in case.
sometimes.
Once you've taken any contraband off them, or you've taken maybe their legal firearm off them because you still need to run it, you will then seize their possessions. Now you can do that by, looking at them and seizing them. Now what this does is it bags up all their possessions, and then when they get released from prison, they'll be able to get them back. If they end up being not sent to prison, they can go to the water cooler and get their items back.
Oh, okay.
Now, one thing that is very important is that once they have possessions that are seized, they must not have anything in their pockets whatsoever when they get those possessions back. If they do, they will lose things.
Oh.
So, for instance, if maybe they need some food while they're down in the cells, you can give it to them under the condition
To eat it.
that they consume it before you send them up to prison.
Okay.
Because again, if they have anything at all in their pockets after they try to get their stuff back, they will lose things. And that's not
Makes
recoverable.
sense. Oh, and it's not recoverable. Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Alright. Once you've seized their possessions, depending on like who the person is, maybe you know this person, maybe they get arrested all the time. In which case you can skip the next section because you already know
Which is
that they've got a
mugshots.
mugshot.
Yeah, there we go.
But if they don't have a mugshot, then we need to bring them into the room just over here.
Is it raining? Oh, it's yeah.
Alright. And in here you have them obviously stand up against the chart over there. You will take their photo. Now they need to have no masks or anything. By this point you should have probably removed their masks or hats. But you will take a clear photo of their shoulders and up. No poses, no nothing. They should still be in cuffs at this point. Okay? Anybody got any questions so far?
No.
Alright. So, if the crime that they committed was a violent felony or a DUI, at this point you would also take their DNA. So while in this room, you would grab your DNA swab, take their DNA. In fact, what I want is for all of you to take each other's DNA because law enforcement officers should have their DNA on file. So, very important, if you're going to take somebody's DNA, make sure you get the fingerprint first so that you have their state ID. Once you've got their state ID, make a note of it because you will need that when you take somebody's DNA. In order to place it in the system, you need to have their state ID. And you need to know that beforehand. Okay? So go ahead, take each other's DNA.
Mine's already on file, but take my DNA anyway. Just to do it.
Okay.
Right.
So,
Alright. I'm going to.
What's your state ID?
9901.
Hold still.
Okay.
What's your
Alright.
state ID?
It was better than the other way. I was gonna have you do it.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Easy.
Okay.
11025.
Gonna swab your finger.
That is so quick.
Right under the nail.
6862. Yeah, true.
That is
Move.
so fucking quick. Oh my god.
Open your mouth. Say
4, 6, 7.
ah.
Ah!
What's it?
Keep saying ah. Keep,
did you get it?
keep going.
I'm doing it now.
Go ahead. What is it? 6'8"? Fuck,
6'2".
Alright,
6'2".
I'm gonna take your
You
DNA.
totally didn't forget yours.
Okay.
2-4 something.
Nah.
I didn't.
6'8",
4,
6'2".
6,
Say that.
7.
Let's have a look. Did that work? Oh, look at that. Your DNA is on file. Sucker.
Alright.
Don't
So
pay attention to the charge I
now,
have.
having done that, you kind of understood why I said you need to know the state ID beforehand.
Mhm.
Because you don't get a chance to know it otherwise. If you're taking somebody's DNA,
pick
you
of you.
need to make sure you have their state ID beforehand.
Wow.
And make sure
What'd
you
you
make
say?
a note of it.
Said that's a good pick of you.
I know,
You're
right?
MVP,
Lucky took
y'all.
it.
Good better. What's this failure to
Alright.
comply? I wanna.
Nuh-uh.
Alright, once you've got all that sorted, maybe you've got their DNA, you know, you got their fingerprints because you are uncertain of their identity. We'll bring them out and into a cell.
I was gonna say I was messing with it.
Alright, at this point, something that I said yesterday, you know, take them into a cell. It's up to you which cell they go into. Maybe they have a favorite cell, whatever. There are 10 of them to choose from.
Wow, 10.
Honestly, most people use either 1 or 10 because it's just easy.
1.
And sometimes people are assholes and want to go all the way to 6. Once they're in a cell, at that point and only at that point can you take their cuffs off. Do not uncuff them before they're in a cell. You can loosen their cuffs so that they can walk around, and in fact that's encouraged. But do not completely take their cuffs off unless they are locked in a cell. If, for whatever reason, you need to go back in the cell, you should put cuffs back on them. If they refuse, get back up. Do not ever, under any circumstances, enter a cell with an uncuffed suspect alone.
Oh, I've learned that lesson many years
If that
ago.
happens, there's very high likelihood they're going to knock you out, take your equipment, and then we've got a bigger problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Alright.
Yeah.
Once they're in there, they've off. You'll then pull out your MDW. You'll let them know that you're gonna, draft up their charges, that kind of thing. Pull up your MDW, and at this time, you check if they've got any warrants. You check maybe any licenses or anything like that, and you'll draft the charges that are fitting to the crimes that they committed. Now, obviously, at this point, you guys might not know all the charges. That's perfectly fine. We'll go over that in your FTO sessions. We'll help you out with that. Over time, you'll eventually learn all of the charges and be able to press them whenever you need to. All right. You should avoid stacking charges as much as possible.
Okay.
Charges that you can actually prove.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Just, speculative charges on. Just try to convince them to plead guilty. Just don't do that. It's not worth it. Do what you can prove, and it's just easier that way.
100%.
If you have any questions or you're not sure in the cell, you can pull someone aside to rely on a prosecutor as well. We highly encourage
absolutely.
getting them involved.
Once you've drafted up the charges, inform the suspect of their charges, and at this point you should ask again if they would like a lawyer present. Just in case, to explain anything to them. At this point you should probably
See, the majority of it is just self-explanatory. Well. It's like, I know this stuff.
Just so they actually know what they're being charged with. So don't just, say, oh, you're being charged with all these things. How do you play? No, explain why they're being charged with them. So, for instance, all right, theft of a motor vehicle because, we saw you driving that vehicle. Resisting arrest because you ran away from us. Just
oh my god.
A little explanation as to why you're charging them with it. If they do request an attorney, you must make every effort to contact an attorney. If there are no attorneys available, you must, advise them of this and then ask if they still wish to talk to you. If they don't still wish to talk to you and there's no attorneys present, you just, go through the charges. You do ask them if they what their plea is, and then send them off. There's no other interrogation that you can do. If you do manage to get a lawyer, you'll direct them down to whichever cell block you're at.
It's bad.
So, when you call up a lawyer, say if they're available for a cell rep, and then say where it is, because that's the most important thing. Don't want them just driving around the city wondering where the hell you are. Once they arrive,
what is he doing?
You'll escort them into the cell block, and at this point, you should search the lawyer. Now, obviously, if they've got any contraband on them, that's a problem, and has happened quite a lot, where somebody has called in a lawyer, and that lawyer ended up being arrested as part of their cell rep. Actually, something that happens more often than you think.
You'd
so make
be
sure.
Surprised, yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how many of these lawyers are drug dealers.
Yep. Give the lawyer a bit of a rundown on the situation. and all the charges that the client is going to be facing. And then once the lawyer is in there and talking with their client, you must vacate the area. You cannot hear anything that they're talking about.
True.
Very important, they have lawyer-client privilege. Do not eavesdrop on their conversation. Once the lawyer is comfortable, they will come to you and have a chat. Obviously, some negotiation takes place, back and forth. They may ask you to drop charges, may ask you to explain charges, that kind of thing. It is obviously up to you as the arresting officer whether you want to drop charges, whether you want to change anything. Ultimately, you just don't even have to listen to the lawyer if you don't want to.
Well, yeah, of course.
The lawyer will probably then advise their client to just plead not guilty and appeal it later, but it's still up to you. One very important thing, if an individual has a warrant and is arrested, they will need to be booked on that warrant. When you're charging somebody for a warrant, you'll process them on that other, on the other report. You will find them on that report and make a note of the amount of time that they would be sent up for. So say they've got a warrant for whatever, it's $500 fine and 10 months in prison. You'll issue them that $500 fine on the initial report, and then you'll make a note that you need to add 10 months to their time. Now, obviously, because that is a separate incident, you'll ask for the plea separate on that incident. And you cannot negotiate the charges. Unless the arresting officer, well, the officer that generated the warrant is actually present, you have no say on the charges. If, for whatever reason, you fail to serve the warrant, so maybe you missed that they had a warrant, that warrant is now null and void.
Oh.
It cannot be chased up later. You've now screwed up and they've got away with that crime. All right. Anybody have any questions on any of that?
No.
Nope.
No. I'm good.
Okay. On the topic of licenses, weapons licenses will be removed if they committed a violent felony or if they used their weapons license in the commission of a crime. Driver's licenses, there are only two circumstances where you can ever suspend a driver's license. If they committed a DUI or if they have exceeded 15 points. That's it.
Well, I know. I know this.
Other circumstances with different licenses that all have different conditions. That's all outlined in the legislation. I encourage you all to read it. Bunch of different licenses, including things like commercial driver's licenses, which also have points. Motorcycle licenses, which have points as well. Just a bunch of different things. All right. Anyone have any questions about any of that?
Not this time.
Okay, nothing. All right. So, in regards to reports, once you have arrested somebody, you've sent them up, you now have 24 hours to complete that report.
I mean, yeah.
I personally prefer to do it straight away.
So yes, do
the
after.
information is fresh in my mind. It's not healthy to go call to call to call to call.
Oh no,
have
it's
a little
not.
bit of a break in between. You just send somebody up, take a little bit of time, just to go over that report, make it perfect, and then get back out there. If for whatever reason you do need to go to another call, like
this
say
album
somebody's getting
is
shot,
so fucking good.
Put it on the back burner. Go help out that other call, and then once that's all taken care of, then do your paperwork. But essentially, make sure it's done as soon as possible.
Is it still out chat? Yes, it will be.
That you can't do it, That's what that 24 hours is for. Alright. If an individual is held to bail hearing, paperwork must be completed and submitted to the DA's office within 24 hours of the arrest. For the most part, that's only for felony A crimes, which are the ones that are essentially held until trial.
Okay, so
They
held until
are
trial
entitled
is
for a
felony
bail
A.
hearing for them.
What equals A? Okay.
Essentially, if you have somebody on a felony A, and if you go through the charges list, you can see all the different types of charges they are, like infractions, misdemeanors, felonies. They've all got different classes for the charge. Felony A's require you to contact a district attorney.
No.
You must do this within 48 hours of sending them up. If you fail to do so, they will be released from prison.
Oh.
And that'll be on you. You fucked up. So make sure, if you get somebody on a felony A, you do your paperwork, you contact the DA's office, you get everything sorted away. Okay? Reports must be written in layman's terms. Don't use 10 codes, call signs, technical jargon, any of that. Just use people's names. You know, what the 10 codes mean. Don't... Yeah, what's up, Skylar?
Do we write the, sorry, our, statements, in third person or first person?
Yes, always in third person. All reports are always written in third person and should be able to be understood by anybody regardless of their legal knowledge. So, yeah, try not to use any technical terms, any jargon, any of that. Alright, reports must detail from when the original call was received to when the suspect was booked and processed. So, the entire timeline of events that happened from when you got involved in the call to when you finished up with the call. Now, if you're obviously the primary officer on it, that'll be you responding to the dispatch call or the 911 call, that kind of thing. When you arrived on scene, what you saw, everything that leads up to that arrest, and then anything after the arrest that's pertinent. So, all reports must establish the reasonable suspicion, the probable cause, and the basis for every single charge that you're charging somebody with. So, for instance, reckless evading. You need to specify how it was reckless. Obviously, they fled from police in a car, but you need to specify they struck oncoming vehicles, they ran over pedestrians on the sidewalk, or they ran onto the sidewalk where pedestrians were, that kind of thing.
Crazy
you need
speeds.
to specify... Yeah, you need to specify why you've charged somebody with this crime. Okay? And freedom of information requests must be provided within 72 hours. You will get pinged if somebody has a freedom of information request for a report that you're on. If you are the primary on that report, you must share it with the requesting parties within 72 hours. Okay? Any questions on any of that? Yeah.
So I got a question. So, what if somebody pleads not guilty on a non-violent felony or something like that? Do you guys put them out on PTA? Promise to appear in court?
No. If they plead not guilty, you still send them up. If
Would
they
you still fine them too? Or...
Yep, you still fine them. You still send them up. If
they're
they
not-
want to contest it,
If they're not guilty, they're
they
not
have
guilty.
21 days to do so. Now, a little bit of a coincidence, and it's kind of by design, they also have 21 days to pay that fine. If they don't, if they want to appeal it, they just don't pay the fine, they lodge that appeal, and then if they win, that fine just gets deleted.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Alright. All right. Does anybody else got any questions at all? No, nothing.
All pretty straightforward.
Okay. All right. Well, that does bring us to the end of day 2 for Academy.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh shit. Okay.
So, obviously, tomorrow will be a bit of a longer session because it'll all be practical. We are going to be heading into VR.
Thank fuck.
We're going to be showing you traffic stops. We're going to be showing you some pursuits.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
I didn't know she was a magician. What the
And
hell?
magic tricks. That's right.
Wow.
that's good. We're gonna learn
Wow.
magic
That's
tricks.
right.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right, guys.
God.
Or were we always in
We do it all in
VR?
the PD.
Oh my
That's
god.
kind of the most
Yeah.
exciting part. I'm not gonna lie.
We do it all in the PD.
I'm gonna
All
learn
right.
magic.
That was good.
Actually, wait, I got something to mention. Hey, people's at. Oh god. Give me a sec.
Oh my god. Wow.
MDW profiles when you're processing a suspect. I don't know. That's who would have overdue fines?
Bud Weezer.
Gallagher
What's her
mentioned
state
Blondie.
ID? Blondie Lee. 3817. Actually, nope, she has no overdue fines. Fuck, I'm using my system. Go to 1833.
I was gonna say Tip Johnson because we hate Tip Johnson in this shift.
Yeah. Let's pull up Tip Johnson's profile.
It's 31 overdue fines.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my.
they have overdue
32.
Their overdue fines will be noted on their profile. See that.
Yeah. Thank you for follow.
That is important when you're processing because, as part of, because they have overdue fines, their access to some services are curtailed, including the fact that they don't get any time off, even if they plead guilty.
Or bail, right?
It's only not
Yeah,
even
they don't get
noon.
bail either,
Holy
so, hey,
shit,
say
chat.
Tip Johnson committed the murder.
It's not even
Guess what?
noon.
He's
Oh
shit
my
out of luck.
god.
He goes to jail until trial. Can't afford to pay your overdue fines. You can't afford a fucking bail bond.
God, he owes a lot of money.
All right.
In
Welcome
1
back, the
week.
Yeah.
trick.
Yeah, yeah. We do it all in the
Yeah,
PD.
just like, all right, yeah, we're done. Bye.
That was really impressive.
How'd you do that?
Magicians never reveal their tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Years of training.
Alright, so, as with yesterday, make sure, like when we're done here, all your equipment is put back in the lockers. You put your uniform away, you don't obviously go out off duty when you're wearing that uniform. We're also going to have the same ending today as we did yesterday. Put your gun away.
Oh.
Alright, want everybody to go all the way up the end towards cell 6?
I'm just gonna get ganged up on again, like yesterday.
I apologize for everyone that gets hurt here.
Wait, who won yesterday?
Josh, he's not here.
Oh fuck! I wanted to gang up on him.
Alright.
God damn it!
3, 2, 1.
I don't.
go.
Oh, God.
I'm fragile.
Same. I got ganged up on again. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my
Oh,
god.
get her.
This
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Good shit.
Spammer over there.
Yeah, watch a bunch of Steven Seagal movies. That's right. That's what's up.
Alright, Mac, congratulations.
I got ganged up on again.
Alright, help you guys up.
I help you out.
Help. Help.
Sarge.
Wait.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a question about equipment
you.
real quick.
Yeah?
Does the MDW count?
Not really.
Because I want to study when I'm not
Oh,
here.
okay.
A little tip that I'll show you guys about the MDW,
Okay.
and it's normally something that I go over in onboarding, but I probably forgot. If you open up your MDW, the 3-bar menu at the top left, there
Accelerate
is
general.
a generate external link.
Oh, hell yes.
That allows you to use your MDW from your home laptop. So you'll be emailed a link to
Oh, I'll
use
be
that
emailed it,
MDW
okay.
Oh,
from
that's
anywhere.
awesome.
It's great.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't have to
So
wake
if you
up,
need to-
get on duty, and write statements.
Well, but see,
Yeah,
that's
if
what
you
I was
need to
looking
do
for.
any paperwork off duty, feel free to use that. You need to, read up any legislation. Feel free to use that.
What am I even
You
listening to
can
now? Oh,
do
it's
the
called
vast
again.
majority of things using that external one.
Oh, I've
Obviously, you
cycled
can't
the album like
access
twice.
any evidence because you can't get to the lockers. But you can do most other things. Okay. Well, congratulations making it through this next day of academy. And we will see you all again tomorrow at the same time. Again, meet on level 3. And we will make our way into VR. There will be a lot more FTOs tomorrow because we're going to focus. Like, we're going to do one-on-one training and everything.
One-on-one.
And
Yes.
get you guys all situated before you get out there and do
Is that
your
Maisie
story
in
hours
the
and then get out there
PD
with an
or a
FTO.
different? That's Fam Maisie. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. One-on-one training.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
Alright.
All right. Well. Nice
Good
to see
job.
all y'all. Okay. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Good job, everybody.
I'm watching you, Jericho.
Oh, what?
Oh my god.
What? What did I do?
Don't worry, sir. I'm
Remember,
not watching
I
you.
still got the
Oh,
flash.
you sure?
I'm watching only respectfully.
Okay. All right.
Yo.
I would move where my stuff is, but it's already in one spot, so.
I might go be lazy for the rest of the day.
I'm sorry?
I might go be lazy for the rest of the day.
Yeah, me too.
It's only noon. Like, it's only noon in my head. Like, by 9 p.m. I'll be fucking dead again. Knowing me.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, it's been a vibe like coming over here though.
It's been nice.
I was lost for a second.
I'm injured. Honestly, I might see what these PD hats are like before I clock off. Where the fuck even are they? I don't even fucking know. So do I. She's great. But I fucking hate all of this shit, honestly. I have nothing, no PD shit on me, cool. How am I injured? Oh, fuck. Yo, hi pal. I hope my vehicle hasn't been impounded. This is not where I want to go. I am. Oh my god. Oh yeah, I want to go down. I want to go over here. They should take me to the right spot, right? Yes, it does.
It's fucking pouring outside. Do you have a car?
Has it been impounded? Okay. Might have been impounded, I don't know. Oh no, it has not. Oh yeah.
The valet is gonna put it right here. Oh, is this your truck? Thank you, miss.
No worries. If it wants to fucking...
Is it not?
Nope. No, I'm over keys. Let's try again. I have all keys, okay. I don't know. But am I too injured?
Hello.
I think I'm too injured to drive. I don't know.
Okay. I will come grab you.
I'm at Beggar Shot.
Yeah, I'm in that. I'm at that. That's where my car is. I'm just at the clothing store real quick. I'll be right there.
Okay.
Okay. Bye, boy.
Bye. Oh, do you think that's what it is? I think I'm too injured to drive. Because my shit hasn't... Oh, that's it. No. If I give you my key ring, can you see if you can drive?
Okay.
I have all my keys on there, so like... Maybe I'm too injured to drive, I don't know. Or okay, I'm too injured, okay. I guess I need to go to the hospital then.
I'm sorry?
I guess I need to go to the hospital because I'm too injured.
Yeah. Hopefully there's a doctor.
Oh, god, yeah.